Hello everyone. In this video we see about fundamentals of computing. First of all, I would like to tell about what is computer. A computer is an electronic device. It is a machine that carry out computational tasks. They can perform wide range of tasks from simple calculations to complex problems. It is formally proven that a computer given sufficient memory and time can carry out any computational task. This is the internal parts of the CPU. There are various parts are there in this CPU: power supply and also drive base and expansion slots. In this, what is mean by power supply? It supplies power to the components of the computer, and this is the expansion slots means it supplies power to the components of the computer. And this where additional hardware components can be inserted to the expand the capabilities of the system. And next, this is the motherboard. What is mean by motherboard? Motherboard is main circuit board of a computer. It houses the CPU, RAM and other essential components. The various parts are there in this motherboard: back panel connectors, CPU and CPU socket, memory in memory slots, and expansion cards in PCI and PCLE slots, storage drive connectors. Back panel connectors means these allow users to easily connect peripherals and external devices to the computer. And CPU and CPU socket means it is also known as CPU slot. It is a component on the motherboard where the CPU is installed. And this is storage drive connectors. The function of these connectors is to provide data transfer and power connections between the motherboard and the storage drives, allowing the system to read from and write the drives as needed for storing and retrieving data. And next we will go to the functional units. In these functional units there are CPU, memory, output devices, input devices and also hard disk, and it is a bus component. In this CPU means central processing unit. In this CPU there are ALU and CU. ALU means arithmetic logic unit, and this is CU means control unit. And the function of control unit is it execute instructions. And this is the memory. It stores the memory. It is the storage area. It quickly accessible from CPU. And next, this is a hard disk. It is also storage area. It is not quickly accessible from CPU. And next, this is output devices like monitor, printer, etc. And this is input devices like keyboard, CD, etc. And next we will go to the binary format. We all know that a computer run by programming. There are two types of languages. There are low level languages and also high level languages. In this, low level languages are divided into two types: machine languages and assembly languages. Machine languages is in binary format. This is a binary format. In a computer, everything is stored in binary format, means zeros and also ones. We write the programs in machine language by zeros and ones. It is very difficult to write in machine language. The components of computer understand only binary format. They can't understand in any language. In this binary format, number 4 is stored as this format, and 1 is stored as this binary format. And next we will move to execution in a computer. And to begin with, all the data and commands related to a computation is stored in the memory. We are giving many commands and many programs to the computer, and what happens to these all programs? Here we see that first these all data commands related to the computation are stored in the memory. Means this will go to the functional unit. These commands are stored in the memory, and from memory these commands are brought to the CPU. The commands given to the stored in the memory are travel to the CPU by which component? Bus component. will carry the commands to the CPU. If commands require data, then again this bus brings the data required to the CPU from the memory and gives to the CPU, and again CPU execute the program. In this way, a command is executed in a computer. And after next we go to a program is a collection of commands. And after we'll go to a small program. This is a binary formats. Read memory location 001, read memory location 010, and these binary numbers are added, and this result is stored in memory location. And after that we'll go to this execution, means these are all there in binary format. There are a lot of steps in execution. First step is this is binary format. This will bring to the CPU, means the data stored in the memory are bring to the CPU. And after that the step 2 is execution of this binary formatted control unit. Brings data stored in location 1, which data number 4 is in this data is bring to the CPU. And after that in next step, means step 3, bring data stored in memory location to CPU. The data stored in the memory is given to the CPU. And next we'll go to the step 4. In this step 4, bring data stored in location 2 number 1 to the CPU. And after that these two numbers are there, these are added. And after that, means what I have tell that number 4 is stored in location 1 and it is brought to the CPU, and number 1 is stored in location 2 and it is brought to the CPU. After CPU will add the two numbers, and this add two numbers in the CPU using ALU. ALU means arithmetic logic unit. This ALU help the CPU to add these two numbers. And next, the sum of two numbers is stored in memory location 001, and that's how the execution process is being done in the computer. And after that, this like store number in ALU to memory location, these are like. And after that we will go to the another type in low level language. There are two types of I will first only say that there are two types of low level languages: assembly language and also which language, machine language. And here assembly language is very difficult for assembly language is quite more easy than machine language. Means in machine language is very difficult for us to understand the binary language. So this assembly language was introduced, and also it is more readable. In assembly language, operations and memory locations are addressed by names. Means in assembly language we can use symbols. For plus we can use add, and for minus we can use sub, etc. And when we move the data from one register to another register, we can use move symbol. And these are very easy to type. And after that we will go to the naming locations in example program. Means in this binary format we have given the names, means num1 and num2, and is very easy if we give names to the binary format. And after that we will move to example program in assembly language. Here first what we have to do, bring one memory location to CPU. That means move num1 R1, move num2 R2, add R1 R2, move R1 num1. In CPU we have registers like R1, R2, and see here move contents of memory location num1 to CPU register R1, move contents of memory location num2 to CPU register R2, move contents of R1, R2 and store the result in R1. Move the contents of R1 to memory location num1. And after that we go to the slide assemblers. It is a language translator. And assembly language program eventually must be translated to machine language. It, it is also a program. An assembler does this job. It maps the names to the corresponding binary values. And after that it will convert the assembly language to machine language, because machine language is very difficult to understand. It was very easy for computers, but for humans it is not a easy task. And after that, operating system. This is the job of another program called operating system, OS. OS is a housekeeping jobs. It can give a lot of jobs. Examples of OS are Linux, Windows, Mac, OS, etc. OS picks the input given by the users and stores it in appropriate locations of memory. And after that we will go to the need for a better language. Means low level language is not easy for humans. So scientists have introduced a high level language, and it is very difficult to write large programs in assembly language. Several languages were created during 1960 to 80 to simplify the task of the programmer. The prominent ones are COBOL, Fortran, Pascal, C. These are high-level languages. Assembly and machine languages are low-level programming languages. High-level languages are very easy to understand by humans. So it was introduced. So here that's all the fundamentals of computers. Thank you.